We're all aware of AU Athletics' spectacular year, with many glorious triumphs along the way. However, what many people don't realize is that each game is broadcast on AU Athletics' website for the world to enjoy through what has been dubbed as EagleVision. One of the leading broadcasters of EagleVision is my guest for tonight, Justin Fensterman. Justin also is a panelist on ATV's own Monday night sports broadcast, SportsZone, where Jay Fence lends his expertise to the program's discussion panel. Thanks so much for joining us. I really
Jason,
appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
How did you get into EagleVision? I mean, is this something new that they've just started doing, or has this been around for years that no one knows about?
This has been around for a few years, Jason. It actually started when I went to a basketball game last year. I wanted to become more involved with the AU community, and what better than to do what I love doing best, broadcast sports. So I saw my friend Max Rollinger, who is my partner most of the time when I broadcast now. I saw him doing it with a guy who's done it for as long as his own 4-year tenure here at AU, Andrew Baumer from last year. And I immediately contacted him after one of the games and asked if I can get involved. He said, unfortunately this year we have the rotation set, but I'm going to Ireland. This is what he said. I'm going to Ireland in the fall, and I will tell Anthony Wilson, who's the head of AU Athletics, about me. And yeah, and he hooked me up, and I did volleyball, field hockey, men's soccer, both men's and women's basketball. It was great. I love it.
So what exactly does your role look like? Are you like a commentator, announcer, or within EagleVision?
Mm-hmm.
What does the job look like?
I am a commentator. An announcer is the guy who, if someone scored, if Garrison Carr hit a three, would go, "That's a three-pointer by Garrison Carr." Right. You know, and you announce it so the entire stadium can hear. I'm more of the guy on the TV who's the actual broadcaster, giving all the viewers play-by-play or color commentary of the game. Max and I switch off, especially in basketball. Normally he does the first half play-by-play, and I do color. Then the second half we switch roles.
You know, you keep saying you do color. What does that mean for people who may not know what color is?
All right, play-by-play is when you broadcast every single play of the game, from start to finish, literally, what's going on at the time. And the color commentator, who in professional sports, it's normally former professional athletes, give the strategies, the stats during the timeouts. They add in a statistic. If a guy scored, then they would say that's his third three for the night. That's what the color commentator would say, while the play-by-play would continue to broadcast the game as it progresses.
Very nice. Very nice. I didn't know that. I mean, maybe everyone else does.
Not a lot of people do, Jason.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I'm not alone in that. So you also do SportsZone. And so I guess it seems like you're kind of, you've selected a lot of sports-oriented broadcasting.
Of course.
Is this something you want to do for a living? Or?
Oh, of course. This has been my dream since I was 5 years old. When I realized that, as I was telling you before, my parents, my mom 5'3", my dad 5'11", I realized I might not be over 6 feet tall, so I don't know if I can play in the pros. So what's better than doing the next best thing, and that's broadcasting the action rather than being in the action.
Definitely. So, well, here I am broadcasting, there you have it. So this EagleVision is something that's primarily available online for people to view. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about that. Is it something that's only online, that I can only view during a game, and then it's just a link the rest of the time, or do they have archived games?
They do have archived games. It's mostly online. You won't normally find it on a television set on the computer, but CSTV, which is the College Sports Television Network, has the rights to EagleVision in case they ever want to show highlights, or if one of the big companies like ESPN wants to show a highlight, like they did when in the Patriot League quarterfinals when Bucknell and Navy played their triple overtime game, and a guy hit like a shot from half court on Bucknell at the buzzer. So then they put that highlight on ESPN the next day, right? Which is incredible. Seeing all the smaller teams in the Patriot League like AU and Bucknell and Navy and Army getting that kind of attention. But EagleVision can be viewed on TV, but most of the time it's online, and then it's a link for archived games. So it's pretty much, this is my guess from what I've gotten from it, it's pretty much for athletes, families, or friends, or even big AU sports fans, alumni, who want to see what's going on in AU currently, and it's around $7 a month. So it's a lot of fun, and it's very good because when you see it, the broadcast is great. We have people running two, 3 camera shots, and it's broadcasted very well.
Very nice. So this is something that is provided really as a service to to people who are passionate about AAU athletics.
Of course, that's what it is.
That's excellent. You are also hosting, as I said before, on SportsZone. You know, what is it? Fenties or Fences? Fences Force Field?
It is called Fences Force Field.
Okay.
Back at the end of the semester, one of my compadres, as we call each other, Tom Anderson, was getting his own segment called Terrific Talk, where he would go around asking people random questions, kind of like what you see on the Tonight Show.
Right.
We're going to add a little entertainment value because we at ATV are innovators, so we're always coming up with new ideas.
Champions of change.
Exactly. So I wanted my own segment. I wanted to see what my creativity was like and how I would keep it going. So there's a segment on ESPN on SportsCenter called the Budweiser Hot Seat, where one of the ESPN broadcasters broadcasts a celebrity or an athlete asking random questions. So I kind of wanted to do that too, to add a little flavor to SportsZone. So Sean Spears, producer, let me do it, and I've been doing it every week since.
How do you find the people to bring into the hot seat?
Well, what I do is I have used most of the SportsZone crew and panelists, and I also find people like I brought in Joe Vitalich, former student or still student government president,
right?
Because I know he's into sports. I brought in ATV news anchor Daniel Pineda. It's putting someone in an awkward situation that you wouldn't normally see them in and see how they react.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot of chemistry there.
I pretty much use my resources, use my contacts, and find my next victim, as I would say, for Fences Force Field.
Well, I'm not a victim. I don't care to be a victim. But
you could be next year.
Who knows? Better watch out.
Yep.
If people are interested in getting involved either in SportsZone or in EagleVision, how should they go about doing that? Is that something they can contact you about, or is that AU Athletics?
You can contact me, and I guess I'll give my email address, jf6746a@gmail.com. You can contact me, or you can contact AU Athletics and see if you want to broadcast, if you want to do cameras, if you want to do sideline stats, printing out. You can contact them. They're very helpful. And you can also, if you want to be on ATV, SportsZone, we're always looking for more people to help. Sometimes we're short a few members for crew. If you have any insight, if you're very knowledgeable about sports, we can maybe even hook you up with our own segment. I'd have to talk to Sean. But we're very, we can use all the help we can get. It's very easy and it's fun to get involved in.
Well, that's excellent. And you can find all those email addresses and other contact information on our blog, yeartodateshow.wordpress.com. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show. I really appreciate it. It's fascinating stuff. I'm going to definitely have to check in on that EagleVision more often for the games now that AU is such a great athletic school.
And it's good because it's like me and my co-broadcaster Max Rollinger. It's very good to see what AU Athletics has risen to such a high claim to fame, especially with the men's basketball team going on to the NCAA tournament.
Definitely. When we come back, year-to-date correspondent Rachel Monin checks in with Leah Bomberger, author of the play If Thy Tongue Could Speak. Stay tuned.